What's up, guys? I'm going to be adjusting the WR's suspension today. But first things first, I'm going to just check the preload setting. Basically, according to the service manual, the way you do that is that you take a measurement of the spring itself. So the standard setting is 211.5 millimeters. The minimum length is 206 millimeters, which makes it hard. The maximum length is 216 millimeters, which is soft. And my approach today is just gonna make the settings on the suspension as soft as they could go, and then I'm gonna go test it out, and I'll make the necessary adjustments as I figure out what is best suited for me. Again, it all depends on the type of riding you're doing. So for me, I mostly do trail riding, and it gets quite rocky at some points, so I figure a soft setting might be good for me, but we'll see. So first things first, I gotta measure the spring for the rear shock. I'm gonna take this metric ruler, I'm just gonna slide it up, find the top of the spring, make sure it's lined up. I don't know if you guys could see this, but I'll do my best here. Probably can't. So I got the ruler at the top of the spring. Now I'm going to look down at the bottom, see what we're at. The bottom of the spring, it looks like 21.2 centimeters, which makes sense because that is the standard setting. Alright, also keep in mind I'm at 150 pounds. I'm on the lighter side. With my gear, I'm probably 160 pounds. So that's why, it'll probably be okay if I set this to the, if I set the spring to the maximum length. It's not gonna totally screw up the handling that much, but I figure that's gonna be my baseline, and I'll start there because I'm fairly light. The first thing I gotta do is loosen the lock nut, which is the top ring. I'm going to be using this Motion Pro shock punch. See how this works. Okay, it's loosening up. There it is. Now it's loose. Back it off a little bit more. Okay. So the top lock nut is now loose. Now I'm going to loosen up the bottom ring, and that's going to lengthen the spring. So I'm trying to lengthen it a couple more millimeters. Let's see. I'm gonna hit it a couple times. See what length we got. Alright, let's check the length. 21.4. So I got 2 more millimeters to go. About 215 millimeters. I think that's good enough. So I'm going to go on the other side of the bike, tighten up the lock nut. I'm going to tighten it up with my hands first. Tighten that up with the hands. And let's tighten this. Alright, that's gotta be 30 foot-pounds. Bashing the shit out of it. Gonna do the measurement one more time. And still at 215 millimeters. So now I'm going to check the sag. Alright, let's take our first measurement. I'm going to hook it on to the axle and then bring it up right to the helmet holder. So that's about 67.5 without any weight. Let's write this down. 67.5. Got the bike leaning against the snowblower. Let's see. Let's see what the sag is. I'm gonna do it in the same spot on the axle and then up to the helmet holder. And we're at 63.5 centimeters. Let's record that. So 67.5 minus 63.5 is 4 centimeters. Let's try doing the rider sag now. Alright. What do we got? 58.5 58.5, guys. Alright, so we got the 67.5 minus 58.5 equals 9.0 centimeters or 90 millimeters. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to be standing up. I'm going to try to get a measurement when I'm standing up. So after taking the measurement with myself on the bike a couple of times, I kept getting the same result, which was 58.5. So 67.5 minus 58.5 equals 9.0 centimeters, which is 90 millimeters. And from what I could find online, it seems like that's fairly typical. Also keep in mind that I don't have my gear on, so my gear is probably going to add some poundage. I'll probably get a couple more millimeters with my gear on. But again, that's with the preload at the maximum length, pretty much. So you can't really go any further than that, or else you're gonna start getting some problems. I like to stick with what the manual recommends. So I also forgot to bleed the forks. Seems like a simple procedure. Might as well do it. Bleeding the forks is a pretty easy procedure. All you gotta do is remove the bleed screw on both forks, and that's it. Did hear some air, but if you have a little air in there, even a 1 psi, it's going to affect the way the forks compress. So I did hear air come out of that. Hopefully that will help. Alright, now we're going to do the rebound damping on the front forks. We're going to tighten it as much as we can. I'm going to keep in mind how many clicks it takes here. So tightening it, going in the A direction. So A direction is right there, clockwise. Click, 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 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we were 12 clicks out. So it was at the softest setting for the rebound damping. Interesting. So the same thing for the right fork. 12 clicks out on the softest setting. I guess I'll put it back to the softest setting. 10, 11, 12. Softest setting again. Alright, now we're going to do the compression damping, which is underneath. So there's a little rubber plug you got to take out. 6, 7, 8, 8. 10 clicks out is standard, so close to standard. So somebody set the rebound damping for the softest setting, and then the compression was at the standard setting, so that's a little weird. But we'll fix that. We're going to get the compression to the softest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, 18, 19. Alright. 19 clicks out, softest setting. We're going to start at that. I'm going to do the same for the other side. I won't bore you with doing it again, but it's going to be the same procedure. Alright, now we're doing the rebound damping for the rear shock. It's this knob right here that controls the rebound damping. And we're looking for the softest setting, 25 clicks out. So I'm going to tighten it up and then go 25 clicks out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12. So that was on the standard setting. 12 clicks out, standard. So we're looking for 25 clicks out for the softest setting, and the rebound was kind of where I have some issue with the rebound damping, because it feels like anytime I hit a log or something, the rear end likes to snap back really fast, and the seat hits me in the butt and it like hurts my back. So we'll see what it feels like on the softest setting, and then we'll adjust it from there. 25 clicks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16, 17, 24, 25. That's the softest setting. Alright, compression damping for the rear shock. And that is that screw right there. Again, clockwise is tightening it. B, counterclockwise is loosening it. And we want to go 12 clicks out in the B direction. 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. That's it, folks. We have set the WR to the softest settings according to the service manual. Don't ever go beyond what the service manual says. There's really no point. So now I'm going to go take it for a ride and see what it feels like.